We're rolling.
That's way more Christmas cheer. Now I feel more normal.
Cheer. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Yeah. Oh, she got it.
What movie is that from again? Elf. Like all of them? Oh yeah, Elf.
Grinch.
Okay, but I watch Elf like year round though. They're so cute. Anyway, hey
dog
guys.
sounds are gonna be throughout this whole video.
I'm sorry guys. It's no matter if we're at my house or her house, there's gonna be dogs. Like that's just, it just comes with the channel.
And now I have a pup. Well, I have 3 dogs, and 2 are pretty quiet, but 1 is a puppy. He's got the hiccups right now. Yeah,
and he cries and cries and cries and howls. So you're gonna hear them. So if you're sensitive to dog sounds, this video might not be for you. But anyway, I am here at Alice's house. If you don't follow Alice already, please follow her at You Don't Even Grow Here. Today, we don't have anything planty for you. I feel like a lot of people are doing like mega repots right now. And so this is just a video that you can throw on, have us in the background.
Yeah, there's nothing to see.
Done. Nothing to see, you can literally just like,
audio.
Yeah, just listen. But yeah, we have an interesting topic. I was gonna do this as a repot and chat on my own, but I changed my schedule because I feel like it would be better to talk about it with someone rather than me just talking to myself.
Yes. And we needed a topic for our annual Christmas PJs.
Yeah. So today we are going to be talking about influencer culture icks. It's something that I have been thinking about a lot lately. I'm on TikTok, she's not on TikTok, but like, you know, we're just consuming content everywhere and
at like a rate that is
it's insane.
Yeah, I was telling her, I don't know how you didn't know about this, but about the
I didn't know
content factories.
I didn't know
TikTok factories. Like I don't know if this is real, but then it looked so real. Someone walked, I think it was like in Thailand or Indonesia, and it was like this office, and every office was just like a room without doors, so it's like completely open, and he was just like panning, and inside every little box was someone with a backdrop, lights, a camera, making just like short form video after short form video. It was so creepy.
We are living in a Black Mirror episode. I feel like that is the era that we're all in right now, whether you want to believe it or not. Like, it's so Black Mirror and it's so creepy. It sounds kind of hypocritical because we make content and we are considered, I guess by definition, influencers. To me, the definition of an influencer is if you're making any content for someone online for any reason, views, trying to sell
consistently
something.
Making content, not just randomly posting on,
like on your personal Instagram or something. So I have a lot of icks. I have a very long block list on my TikTok.
For people you don't never want to see.
Yeah, people I never want to see again. I'm not the type to ever leave a comment. Like if someone annoys me or says something that's just out of pocket, I'm silent. I'm silent online, but I will block you so fast because I just never want to see you again. And I certainly have like icks of my own, but I wanted to know, and I agreed with a lot of people's icks, so I opened my questions, asked you guys what your icks are, and we're basically going to discuss them today.
Yeah, and I don't know what they are, but
she doesn't know what they are.
We're gonna pick them out.
Just like our juicy Q&A, I have written them down. We used these in Alice's video.
You guys, it was so hard to keep a straight face. I have so much cutting to do later.
But I hope you leave some bloopers at the end.
I'll see. Yeah. If you didn't watch this video, we wore these just randomly throughout the video and just never talked about it.
Yeah, we just never addressed it or anything. I have filtered out the ones that I felt could have been about someone specifically because I am not trying to address anything like that again. I'm not trying to attack anyone. That's not ever what these videos are about. So these I feel are very generalized, and we're just gonna start going through them and discussing.
You should link this.
Oh yeah, so I bought these little
seedling cups?
Seedling cups. Well, they're parfait cups.
Oh, right.
And they come with spoons.
For potting little plants.
My little hand.
Yeah, this would be perfect if you had just like, if you buy like some cool seeds and you don't want to give them a community pot, just put one of these.
Yeah. The reason I bought these is because my Indo-Pappy hybrid forgetti is about to pop its seeds. I got rid of all my seedling trays, so I needed something to pop each seed in. So I'm just gonna be doing these. Anyway, I will link it in the description because I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They have a lid.
How many was in it? Like 50?
They were
nice.
like 40 cents each, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Terrible.
Okay, so before the dogs get hyphy, let's just get into it. I'll let you do the honors and go first.
I love picking these things. All right.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, there's more. Oh my gosh, there's more. Plant influencers that feel the need to be in every photo on their feed with their plants. I mean, that, I can see why that can be an ick for people. And this is like, not talking about like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
It's more like, it gives me the ick. Like, I don't like it.
So I think a lot of people expect plant accounts to just be about the plants. My thought on it is that if someone makes any kind of account, it should just be whatever they want to do with it. I think it's a little weird when someone is just like, this account's about plants, like stop putting yourself in it or stop making it about yourself. But it's their account, so it's it's kind of weird to like go on there and be like, this is how a plant account should be run. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I will say that I kind of have the same feeling. Like
you don't like it.
It's just
like, or you wouldn't gravitate towards an account like that.
No, I try, like, there are some larger accounts that follow me that like, and I like their plants and they seem like they have something cool to offer. But two deterrents for me is going to be if all of your posts are reels.
Yep, that's my number one.
And if, I sound like such a hater, but sorry, but if your face is in like every single post. Like,
right.
If you're in it somehow.
I know why. I'm very alert right now.
Spicy.
That's spicy, right?
It's ginger tea. It's so good.
But that ginger tea was simmering the whole time we were filming my video.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way stronger than the first batch.
Is it good?
Spicy. It's so good.
Okay. You're gonna cough.
3.
So I know why people. See, I told you he always closes the hole.
Quiet on set, please.
No. Yeah, why? Because it's engagement gravity,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Because I don't know why. I think the algorithm is more likely to push a post like that
with a person, yeah.
And the engagement is a lot more.
Yeah.
So I think,
and it's the same reason why people would post only reels.
Yeah.
Because it helps with reach, right?
Yeah. And I mean,
I understand why they would do it.
Yeah, I do too. But it's just not for me. And I just choose to not follow accounts like that because I just,
yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
It's not, I don't know. I feel like a hater, but like, if I'm following a plant account, I want it to be mostly plants.
Is it fungus now?
Yeah.
They were so good I haven't seen them for so long. Yeah, I feel like everyone has the freedom to not follow people. Sometimes I see on a Facebook group people posting like plant appreciation, whatever, and they're like, their face is bigger than the plant or more focal than the plant, and there's so much hate in the comments like, oh, you obviously posted this for attention and stuff like that. And then like obviously a lot of people coming to their defense. I don't know, I feel like that maybe is just like more you pushing your face onto people that didn't sign up for looking at your face, rather than posting it on your own account. But,
exactly. I think it's different doing it in a forum that's made specifically for a certain kind of thing. But if you're on your own account, for me, it's like, don't let anyone tell you what to do with your own.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't
account.
violate that platform's like community guidelines.
Yeah, exactly. Like getting annoyed by something isn't against the rules, and like to me, it's not even worthy of just like even saying something. I don't know. I'm just the type that's just like, if I get annoyed, I just scroll or block, or I just don't want to see it. But it's like
you can tell Instagram not to show that person to you anymore.
Yeah.
If they're always showing up in your explore page or like on your home feed when they try to push new accounts on you. I do that all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I just want I want it to be curated to what I want.
Yeah, and you sometimes need to tell Instagram not to show you certain people. I'm like, enough. I don't want to see. Yeah, like one time. Yeah. One time the last time I did that was when I saw a post was like, look at this plant, I got it, this is the plant that everybody wants, and I was like, that's so icky. That was so icky. I was like, Instagram, don't ever show me this person again. Yeah. Like literally that's verbatim what they said. This is the plant that everybody wants.
I'm so jealous. For me, it's Facebook that stays betraying me. They, you know, when they like suggest people for you to add, and like suggested friends, like
oh
yeah.
It's
like all of my exes, all of my exes' girlfriends, all of my exes' current girlfriends.
I'm like, some mutual friends.
I'm like, why? Why? And then the add friend button is just so glaringly there. It's like one slip of the finger, you're screwed.
That recently happened to me, didn't it? I accidentally, instead of scrolling, added them as a friend, and then I unadded them, and when like the button lagged, I clicked it twice and then requested it again after. So I added them and unfriended them twice. So embarrassing. That is so embarrassing.
I did something worse recently.
What?
One of my friends was posting about how her dad just passed away.
Oh no.
And it was one of the Facebook stories. And instead of swiping to the next one or swiping to the next story, there's like these like quick emoji things that you can click.
What did you do?
The laughing.
No.
And you can't take it back. You can't take it back. I just exited through my phone.
Or
it never happened.
In their notifications, Charmaine reacted. Oh no, that's so much worse.
These are the things in life that will keep me up at night. Like there are certain things that have happened in my life that are embarrassing, but not so embarrassing that like I just like shoot up in the middle of the night and remember it. That's certainly gonna add that one to the list.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know.
We're talking about faces and photos. Yeah.
Anyway, so we sidetracked.
Anyways, it doesn't bother me really. I think it doesn't bother me to see the faces so much if it's like
if you're at least showing the plant.
Yeah, if you're showing the plant, it doesn't look cheesy, I guess.
And I know people like to show themselves with their plant sometimes to show scale.
Yes.
But I think if you do that, you should at least not do the forced perspective.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Or like, you know, sometimes forced perspective happens because like the way I photograph my plants, because usually the leaves are kind of facing upwards a little bit, so I always have to tilt the plant towards the camera so it looks bigger than it actually is. But to claim that it really is like a 5-foot leaf is
it's a little.
And I mean, like, we have seen people actually claim that it's not forced perspective.
Those moments, it's hard for me to bite my tongue, but I always do. I'm so good at it. That's why you have group chats and friends to talk to, because then it feels like you got it out.
You can get it out.
Yeah, but you don't have to like say it to their face, you know? Yeah. You can be mean, but not to their face.
Yeah, so I think our opinion is pretty much the same. Like, if it's their own account, they can do whatever the heck they want. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like it, then don't
follow them.
Yeah. But maybe it bothers them that like some of these accounts are really big because those kinds of photos reach a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And they're almost like forced to say it all the time because like the platforms like to push that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Next one. How many do you have?
Quite a few.
Nice.
Another plant one. There's like 3 of them and we're pulling all
no.
Okay, only showing nice plants and never sharing any failures or ugly plants. I don't think anyone is obligated to show the ugly plants, but I think that if you are trying to be a content creator or influencer about plant care and like the realities of plant parenthood, I do think there's kind of an obligation to show when things aren't great. But if you just have like a big plant account because you show your plants, I don't think that anyone should be forced to
Yeah.
show their ugly plants. Because
at the end of the day, you deep down know that there's not a single plant person that has no ugly plants, unless they're immediately throwing them away when it gets ugly. Like,
or like
that's just the
chopping it off or
reality of
something.
it. So you can just kind of assume that everyone has it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not trying to like teach people what not to do because it doesn't feel good to show failures. But
And some like bigger plant accounts really just use Instagram or whatever to kind of do like a plant diary, or like just show like it's like a little collection of photos of like plants they're proud of.
yeah,
But they
and
don't-
the platforms are different too, right? Because it makes sense to show ugly stuff on YouTube,
Yeah.
but it doesn't super make sense to put it on Instagram, like on your grid, because like you have a kind of grid to maintain, and maybe on a swipe, maybe,
Yeah.
but nobody really wants to mess up their grid.
I
Exactly.
share ugly stuff sometimes, but mostly in my stories.
Yeah,
And on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like my grid, I don't know, like when I look at my Instagram, I just kind of want it to be a place where I like remember
fondly.
of my plants and
Yeah.
like show growth updates and stuff. It's not really a place for me to document like every single piece of this journey or whatever. you know?
Yeah.
But I will say that like for a plant account, like a plant YouTuber, I wouldn't probably follow a YouTuber that like only showed good stuff, just because it's not relatable to me, and like
Yeah.
the
And
interest for me probably wouldn't be there.
Yeah, you need bad to make the good pop more.
Yeah.
Sometimes when things are always fine and dandy, it's not as interesting.
It gets kind of stale.
Yeah.
Just like favorites videos all the time and
Yeah.
new leaves videos all the time. Just like, I don't know.
Yeah. But again, to each their own. Like I think there is a plant creator for everybody.
Oh,
And
yeah.
certainly like we are not for everybody. Specifically, one main reason being that our videos are so long, so someone's trying to get a quick answer is not going to get a quick answer out of us ever. So you kind of have to like sit through a lot of video just to get anything. So I can certainly see why like we wouldn't be someone's cup of tea. Yeah, for plant
Is it?
care. That's the rain.
Oh my god, I thought that was the stove.
It's pouring rain.
All right, so yeah, I think those are our thoughts. Nothing too juicy.
Not too
I just feel like it
spicy.
just depends on what kind of plant content creator you are.
Yeah. Influencers who don't interact or engage with their followers even in the most minimal way possible.
I feel like I'm slightly guilty of this.
Yeah, me too.
I don't.
Yeah, we're inconsistent about it. It's like sometimes, like we know we should do it, but sometimes just things get in the way. And then the social anxiety connected to like being too late on a response also like blocks.
Oh yeah,
You know?
like if I see a message, like if I'm reading messages and I'm like actively sitting down and like replying to comments, and I see a comment's like 2 weeks old, I'm like scared to even open it. I'm just like,
Yeah,
this person's probably mad at me, or like,
yeah,
you know, like there is a social anxiety part of it. And also when I'm replying to comments, I almost feel like the same anxiety that I get when I'm like texting a friend that like I don't normally text all the time.
but also knowing that everyone can see your conversation or like conversation.
It's a lot.
Public.
It's a lot.
DMs are another one that is like kind of hard for us.
It's just hard to keep, like, they're constantly coming in on like all platforms, and it's really just hard to keep up with it between actually making the content we're making and then life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like if I've been filming for like 6 hours and then editing and then replying to emails, like honestly the last thing I want to do is be on my phone or be on socials in general. Like
Yeah, true. I find that like sometimes replying, like sitting down and replying to comments can be like an hour, and so sometimes I'm like I don't have that much time, then I just like put it off until it keeps
It's, like,
rolling
too
over,
late, and then
you're
a
like,
new
oh,
video
it's
goes
like
up.
they don't even remember that they left this comment anyways. I know it's like it's probably overthinking it completely. But yeah, I can definitely say that I'm not as on top of it as I should be, and as I would like to be.
I definitely wish I was.
And sometimes I am, and sometimes you are with certain videos, and sometimes you just like fall off, and you have like, let's say the day the video goes live, you're super busy, and then the next day rolls over, and it's like a new week, and there's so many. It sounds like excuses. It's not really excuses, because it's not like I'm just trying to say like, oh my gosh, my life is so hard.
So busy.
Like,
yeah. It's just another aspect. Like if you think about it, for like big influencers and big content creators, like some of them have people that are like replying to comments for them or acknowledging messages and stuff, whereas like we're obviously not at that level, so we're doing everything ourselves. But I don't think that we're at the point where we just like blatantly ignore everyone all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And there's some influencers who like aren't even like, they have less than like 100,000 followers or whatever, and they're just like, not taking any DMs, don't DM me. Like they just won't answer DMs.
And I can
at
see
all.
like sometimes people will say in their bio like, don't DM me about plant care or something like that, because I can
IDs
see like,
or anything.
or IDs. I can see that being a bit much, because at our size it's already hard to manage the DMs, so I can only imagine if someone's like gaining like 1,000 followers a day, because like they're reeling a lot. They're shorting
so
a
many
lot.
reels.
Then I can imagine that it's like a lot of people asking them questions.
So I do think that there should still, like if you're a content creator, I do think that there's still a little bit that you owe to the people who watch you, because you wouldn't have the career whatever you have without them. So I think like the least you could do is like acknowledge them, or even sometimes just set aside time to like be present with them and, you know, reply to comments and get in their DMs. But I don't fault creators for not replying to like every single one. It's just impossible.
Yeah, but to make it a thing that you don't reply at all, I think that's like a bit much.
That where you're just like, I'm not gonna be replying to any DMs, I never reply to any comments.
It's so one-sided.
Yeah, there's some YouTubers, not even just like in the plant space, but in general, where like I never see any replies in the comments from them, like on any video ever.
I think like the ones that I follow and like, usually they will set aside 2 hours when it first goes live, and then like after that, if they're getting thousands of comments, it's not realistic to expect them to respond to everything, but they will just do like kind of like a hard cutoff first 2 hours, and then not going to respond to anymore.
Yeah. Everyone is so quiet.
Good boys. Oh, it's
I'm sorry it couldn't be like this for your video. If you guys watched Alice's video last week or a few days ago, it was a circus. It was a zoo.
It was a zoo. They were like fighting and shouting at each other. They're rolling
biting
around.
each other. Oh my god, it was wild. Oh, when influencers reach a certain follower size, then unfollow a bunch of people.
Okay, I feel like I need to clarify something, because you might look at our accounts and be like, you guys did that, because like we don't follow a lot of people. We never followed very many people in the first place. I don't know that. I feel like that makes a difference. You know?
Honestly, the majority, I'm not even joking, I think 70% of my following are people I know in real life, because they followed me from like my personal account.
Right.
And I just, it's not that I feel obligated to follow them, but it was just like nice that they decided to support me on this other account.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 70% of the people I follow are people I actually know in real life.
Or you've met locally through the Vancouver group.
And then the rest, like I really don't follow a whole lot of people that I don't know in real life, honestly.
I don't even scroll through my follow list, but I do kind of keep it small, just because there's not very, like there's a type of content I want to see. It's not reels, and it's not like, if someone only posts reels, it makes me it's really hard for me to want to follow them because I don't want Instagram to keep showing me reels. I'm trying to train Instagram to stop showing me reels because I don't want to see it.
I don't watch reels in general. Like, I only watch them if like someone sends it to me, but like if someone on my feed posts a reel, honestly, I'm probably gonna skip it.
Yeah, I'm gonna scroll past
even
it.
if I follow you. I don't know, I just don't like reels, and like I feel like I've only made reels in the past so that the algorithm doesn't completely bury me.
I only made reels that are just like really silly and goofy and dumb. Well, I had a train of thought.
Choo choo. I feel like the light is like, blinding me.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
You're okay.
Yeah.
So I got on that topic because we don't follow a lot of people, so we didn't follow a bunch of people just to get them to follow us back, and then when we reached a certain size, just unfollowed everyone. I think that's what this comment is saying.
Yeah.
So like, I've seen that happen a lot where, let's say I was following someone from like 5,000 followers and we were following each other for a long time, and as soon as they hit 10K, they just unfollowed me, and it looks like they dropped their follow count down
like,
from like
drastically.
Thousands and thousands of people they've unfollowed, and if you look on their follow list, it's only like people with
huge following,
big followings,
blue check marks.
Yeah,
that's icky to me.
So icky.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I don't think you can really justify how that's not icky. Like, I only used you guys to get my follower count to a certain size, and then like now I don't need you anymore. Right? It's kind of different if like one day they decided they don't want to do this whole content creation thing anymore, and then they just kind of like are slowly scaling back their account. I feel like that's different.
But if you're still like actively making content, trying to grow your following, and then your following count keeps dropping, it just looks bad. And like, we all know what you're doing. It's a marketing tactic, you know. You follow accounts and you engage with accounts that are similar to yours, or you feel like they'd be interested in yours. You get them to follow you, you follow them for a while, and then once your following is at a certain amount, then you kind of just like slip under the radar and just unfollow.
And also, there are certain accounts I know that do this. I don't even know if they're active anymore, but they will follow you, because I know that they're doing this in cycles. They'll follow you for like 2 weeks and then unfollow you.
Ew.
And then because I keep getting the same follows from the same people.
Oh yeah, that happens to you often. Where like people will follow you then unfollow you, like, hey, I'm here.
Oh no, that's different too. There's like some people that are like trying to get a follow back, so they unfollow and follow. But then I feel like these ones they're blindly going through like a list, like someone else's follow list or something, and following everyone, and then they go through their list every couple of weeks and just unfollow and then refollow. But it's like it's not targeted at any individual person. It's just trying to grow. I don't know, it's so disingenuous. I don't want to follow anyone that I don't want to follow.
I would say I'm pretty careful with who I follow anyway. Just not for any reason where it's like, I just don't want to follow a lot of people. I'm
too good for you.
I just feel like if I don't like truly enjoy that content and I feel like I can't get something from it, or I don't feel like I would have like a vibe with that person, then I just don't really feel the need. I don't know. Like, if I want to see pretty plants, I just go on my explore page.
I never go on my explore page. I should more often.
It's so fun.
I feel like there's just always, you scroll long enough on any platform and it gets to Ariana Grande for no good reason. Why? I
used to love her until the whole Ethan stuff. Guys, I was like a huge Ari stan. Like, I have her scent. I like listen to her. Yeah, like if you looked at my Spotify Wrapped over the last 5 years, it's like Ari, but I haven't listened to her at all since the whole scandal, because just icky. It's just yucky.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really feel one way or the other about her, but she's I guess her image and her voice and everything is such an engagement thing that people just
Probably.
steal footage and stuff and just repost it. So no matter what, no, I don't even look for Ariana Grande, but every Explore page always ends up with Ariana Grande.
Mine is either Ari or Zendaya, which I
Oh
don't
yeah,
mind her,
another
'cause she's
engagement grabby thing. People
She's my
just
girl crush.
post whatever footage.
I know,
of her.
anything.
And it works, obviously.
I watch it. But
Anyways.
Anywho.
Yeah,
Yeah.
icky.
Icky, sticky, busted, can't be trusted.
Filming in public and getting random people in the vids who don't want to be on camera. Can't relate. I can't film in public.
I don't film. I try to not film in public if I can help it for that reason. And also, I'm so shy.
Yes, I don't think
I'm
I
just really
could
shy.
film myself like
this
in public.
and like just have, you know, or people that do like food reviews and stuff, and they'll be at a restaurant and they like film the restaurant, they set up the camera, they're eating and everyone's around.
Yeah.
To me, I'm just like, I would feel like everyone's staring at me.
They would
and,
be
like,
staring at you.
I know.
Like they would 100% be staring
But
at
I
you.
love watching those accounts.
I don't know if I
love
am
watching
exposed to any of those accounts. Getting people in the background.
I think there has to be some kind of respect for other people.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to be trying not to get people in the background if possible.
yeah, because a lot of these people are just like living their lives. Like they
Yeah,
don't
you just went
wanna
to the
be...
garden center, like you're in some video.
Like when you're filming yourself, like you got ready, you look the way you want to look, but like, you know, sometimes people just want to like go to the grocery store or whatever and like just not be filmed, and I don't think that that's a lot to ask. But the thing is like it's not illegal. Like you can film in public places.
Yeah.
And like whenever we film in public, really the only ask is that we don't get other customers in the frame, which is totally
like from
reasonable.
the shop.
Yeah, which I think is completely.
And honestly, that's really easy with plants though, because you're just kind of like showing
facing
the plant.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could see like if like as a lifestyle influencer or something.
It's hard to avoid.
Yeah, it's really hard to avoid.
Yeah,
But I
then
wish
sometimes you have to film in public, right, for certain niches. If you're like a daily vlogger or something like that.
I just kind of wish there were more laws to protect like people's privacy when you're filming in public. I don't feel like it should be like a free for all. Like maybe on the street, yes,
Yeah.
but like inside of like restaurants and shops and stuff, I feel like it should be a rule that you like can't film. I don't know. Maybe I sound like a hater again, but like it's just, I think it's just this whole idea of living in a Black Mirror episode that I kind of hate.
True. And like even something like you didn't intend to be posted as content can be content in the end. Like if someone was like filming a Karen like flipping off in public, that ends up on TikTok, right? So that's intentionally filming someone, like a stranger.
So I wouldn't say that's an ick for me, but I certainly feel a type of way about filming in public and getting random people in it.
I mean, I wouldn't like it if I was the one in the background.
Same.
For sure. Yeah,
Same.
so that's why we don't film. Like, try not to ever, like, I think it's just courtesy to try your best to not get anyone in the background that didn't sign up to be in your video.
And some people just don't care, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like you did the last one. I mean, no, I did the last one. Anyways, influencers who try to get free stuff by giving them a shout out. I mean, everybody, there's like probably like whole Facebook groups like, dedicated to like calling out, and that's why people hate influencers, just like as a general thing. Just like trying to get free stuff all the time.
I see it a lot, certainly, with influencers I follow, plant influencers, that I'll be like, look at this cool thing, and they'll post it on their story, and then like 2 weeks later, they sent me a package. Like, they were so
like
they were so
they
kind
mean it
enough.
in that order. Like they're like fishing for.
Yeah, like they
Oh.
want it and they'll be like, oh, look at this cool thing, post it on their story. Then the company will be like, oh, look, this big influencer shouted us out, and then they'll send them something.
I thought it meant like messaging companies and being like, oh, would you send me some stuff? I'm like, I have this many followers.
No, I think it's more so like the public, like kind of trying to play it off as like you're like just trying to do a solid to people by like showing them like, oh, look at this cool thing, when the motive is so that they notice them and send them the free.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. I mean, I think that's just part of like influencer culture in general.
Yeah, and if the company wanted to send them something and they saw value in that account to give them some like free, or not free marketing, like cheapish marketing, depending on the product, and also like it's within their marketing budget. That's, I guess, between them two, like those two parties. I can see that people are just like, it's not fair, whatever, that they get all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I would be. I think my gut is that I do get annoyed by it though. When I know when someone is doing something and then I clock it in my head and I'm like, I know that's what they're doing, and then literally like a week later they'll do like an unboxing and be like, they were so nice to like.
But then almost that
package.
like doesn't bother me as much, because in that case they actually want the product rather than promoting things that they don't even like or believe in.
Yeah, that's
you know
definitely
what I mean?
worse.
I feel like that's worse.
That's definitely worse.
I feel like I'm more icked out by the way that I understood it, like just randomly DMing companies and saying like, oh, can I get this free service, or can you do this for me, and then I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, that's
like a shout out is so vague and so small.
Yeah.
Compared to what a company might have to do to send you a product sometimes.
Especially if it's a small business too. Yes, yeah. Like and like I feel like some influencers, they take their following count and are like, this is who I'm gonna advertise to, right? Yeah. But then it's like, how do you even know that demographic is what is interested in this specific product? So then a lot of these influencers end up just wasting these small businesses' money and time and like for me, like we get approached with free product all the time, but like we're super picky about what we're pushing on our channels. And I'm even more hesitant to accept product if it's from a small business that I don't feel like I can have like a high ROI. Yeah, and also like we're both trying to kind of free ourselves from having so much stuff. Yeah, like I'm want trying. More stuff. Yeah, and I don't want to be like pushing so like quantity of stuff on people, and I don't want to be contributing to that. Like there are so many companies I would love to work with, and I would be so happy to push, but like they're just not interested in working with like houseplant people. Like if Great White would want to work with me, I would be pushing Great White every other video. But like truly, you guys don't need a lot of the stuff that we're being offered, and I don't need it either, and I don't want to like push just anything. Consumption for the sake of consumption. So and I feel like some influencers just push everything that's offered to them because it makes them look like they're popular and desirable, and then it'll attract more people to like send them stuff. But like, I don't know, my new rule now, not now, but my rule that I've had is that I'm not gonna push anything on you guys that, one, I don't need, and two, that I can't afford. So an example, and I'm probably gonna shoot myself in the foot here, but an example would be Soltech for me. I would, if Soltech approached me and was like, we want to send you the whole like LED track system with like all the lights and stuff, I don't know, like obviously I would love to have it and I'd be able to use it, but I can't afford that whole setup, and so I would feel guilty. Okay, if you were to come to our group chat, be like, should I do it? I would tell you 100% to do it, and the reason why is because Soltech
it is like a premium and it's like a luxury, but it's big enough and there's got enough buyers that there are people who can, it's accessible to a good amount of people, and it is a good product. So I would tell you to do that one.
I know you would,
Yeah.
but for
Not
me,
just everything.
I think it's just the whole, like if I tried to push the whole lighting track setup, like that's like, it's like over $1,000.
It just depends on how you talk about it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. That's just, for me, it's like if I can't afford it, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable pushing it. I'd push a light on you guys. One light, because I could afford two. I bought two.
Oh, dependent.
I bought two lights. I bought 2 lights. But like, seriously.
You know how many Soltex I have? Zero.
They're very expensive.
Why? Yeah, they are very expensive.
And that's what I mean.
Actually,
like it's,
I just went for the Russo light. Can you see it? Right here.
oh yeah, it's up there.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, Soltec would be like the dream sponsor, dream collaboration, but I don't know. Like, you guys would know that I got it all for free, and then I'm here saying, oh yeah, you can buy this setup for $1,200, and here's a 10% discount. Actually, I don't even know if they do affiliate codes.
I have no idea, actually.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that's one of them. Like, obviously, I would love a large sponsor like that, but I think that's just being true to like what I feel is right for me. And I wouldn't knock anyone that did collaborate with Soltec and did a whole thing, because it's Soltec and the lighting setup is freaking bomb.
And it's a nice thing to have. It's not just like a gimmick or
no,
like,
it's like a good investment, a very good investment. But
Yeah.
I guess I just wouldn't feel right about getting it for free and then pushing that price point on you. But anyway, we are getting so far from...
Yeah, okay, next one.
Anywho, I don't know if you guys can hear the rain in the background.
I gave Huxley his bed and then Doug took it.
Where's Huxley now?
He's still sitting on the floor.
Douglas. He's like, yeah, I'll take this one instead.
So comfy.
Freaking Doug. Freaking Doog. Okay.
Huxley, you can go on the other bed.
Performative, high energy / fake happy personality all the time. I feel like there's people who come onto my channel and expect that from me. I'm like, do you know how tired I am all the time? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think the false positivity thing is different than someone that you know is just like a good person. And when they're trying to like play it up, I just... Is that Huxley?
Yes, Huxley.
Oh, he's like, he took my bed. It's a little much for me. I certainly don't follow any accounts like that where it's just too much.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's more like look at the full picture for me. Like, are they like super bubbly and then constantly selling you stuff? Constantly with the Amazon affiliate links and sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah.
And every video is an ad. I feel like as a whole, that would obviously turn me off from how genuine they were. But there are genuinely people who are like that. And also, some people don't want to show like the negative parts, and like they don't want to put that image of themselves out on the internet of like when they're sad or like, you know, tired or when bad things happen. Like they just feel comfortable with that. So I feel like I wouldn't judge them for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I just
either.
feel like how is that positivity, like what's the intention behind all the positivity, right?
I feel like there's kind of this unrealistic expectation sometimes from people who think, oh, if you're a content creator or you're an influencer or whatever, like you should be showing us everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. But like, I also don't think that's very fair, because I still think that content creators still deserve some shred of privacy or like being able to control what they show on the internet. Like I feel like I'm an open book, but there are many things about my life that I don't share, and many moments of my life that I don't
funny
share.
because like you'll share some of your deepest, darkest secrets, and then there's like some things you won't show that feel arguably
like not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same for me too. Like I won't show you like certain parts of my house, but then I'll tell you like a whole bunch of stuff that like
Could
all
be
my inner
embarrassing.
thoughts and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like people should still have an expectation or a realistic expectation from people that make content and respect their privacy that way. But at the same time, I don't know. You kind of just have to like follow people you vibe with. Like if someone's like too high energy, too performative, then just block and scroll.
Yeah.
Is he thirsty, you think? Huxley is doing his poo-poo cry.
He's doing his poopy cry. I'm asking my boyfriend if he pooped this morning. Because it is like, I don't know if you probably can't hear in the background. It's like a torrential downpour outside.
Yeah, I thought the stove was on. I thought something was boiling, but it's just the rain.
It's water hitting my balcony.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, there are certain people that I follow, like on TikTok specifically, who are always happy, cheery, maybe not like performatively high energy, but are just genuinely happy, cheery people. And I don't know, I like it. To me, I like watching them. And it doesn't feel fake. They just seem like they're actually really happy to be doing whatever they're doing. Most of them are like food vloggers and stuff, and so they're like traveling and they're eating really good food, and so it kind of makes sense that they're just like so happy, you know? But I think that you can weed out the influencers that are like, they certainly just like put on a personality when they
and they're way too excited about selling stuff to you. I think you can rely on your instincts of like how you're going to read that person, and if you don't trust them, then like you don't need to watch their videos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, I think we can move on.
Yep. Promoting brands and products they don't even use. We already talked about that, right?
Yeah. I don't like that.
If you're a full-time content creator and you really rely on sponsorships and stuff,
like I can see why people do it, but then you kind of like lose the trust of the people that follow you. Like I follow a few, and this is surprising, but I like watching makeup people on YouTube, like when I'm doing my own makeup or like cooking or something. And like there are moments where that influencer will be like, I've loved this for so long and it's like the best and it's so good and this is gonna stay on my makeup table, when like they've never ever talked about that brand before ever. But then it's like, oh, and thank you for sponsoring today's video. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm like icked out by it, but I feel like there are certain levels, like if they do it all the time, then I will more than likely unfollow them.
Yeah, for sure. Or like, I feel like makeup is one thing, because like if you're going to makeup channel, then you already are interested in makeup, right? Well, I guess there's people who watch makeup channels that don't even wear makeup. I think that happens a lot, but that product, even if that person doesn't use it, will probably work for people. But if it's like so totally different from what they're normally like, it's like if I started pushing like, I don't know,
health pills,
health pills or like diet pills on you, like I wouldn't use it. But then the language used to sell something is like so superlative, and like you gotta go so over the top excited about it. So it's like like I change your life. It's like if you make up some story about how long you've been using it and what it's done for you, often you can get a sense that like they don't actually know this product very well, you know, and they're usually having to follow some sort of creative brief. Like the company will send you, these are the talking points you need to hit, and that's your opportunity to go back to them and say, I don't want to say this, I don't want to say this, or I want to say this in this way. Okay, I'm getting the answer. Oh, he didn't poo this morning.
Oh, no.
He does need a poo.
Okay, maybe after this question.
Yeah.
When we're done.
So...
Yeah. But I mean, I think specifically in the plant space, I have seen some people, not necessarily people I follow, but I have seen some people that will just take a product and push it like it's like the best thing ever, and I know that they haven't been using it because I got that email, the same email like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's like after 2 weeks, how do you actually know something is working, especially if it's some kind of like additive to, it's like a myco or a fertilizer or something, like I don't know.
Growth, yeah.
Yeah. And so I know it's different, like if you're not in the space, but like I've seen it so many times where it'll just be, the timing is just odd because I'm like, I also got that email at the same time that she got that email, but this person's already like posting about it, saying that they can't live without it. Go-to thing, and I'm like, is it actually though? I mean, I'm not here to stop anyone's bags, but to me, it's not worth it. The free product, the $100, $200.
I mean, like,
for
there's
my reputation, like,
there's only so long you can ride that train before you kind of lose credibility.
Yeah, people are gonna see that you're just, you know, taking everything that you can get. So.
Yep.
Anywho, we're gonna take an ad break because Huxley needs to relieve himself. So be right back.
I'm gonna go into a waterfall.
I'm sorry, her hair is gonna be flat after.
Influencers complaining about how hard or tiring it is to be an influencer.
I do feel like there are many influencers out there that are super out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm not gonna say influencing, but like content creating, I'm not gonna say that it's easy, because sometimes I feel like this is harder than my 9 to 5.
In some ways, yeah.
In some ways, like, so just sucks the life out of me and so tiring. But at the same time, I am always aware that this is like a dream job.
Oh yeah.
Working from home, no boss, making your own hours, doing what you want to do.
It's like completely creative. There's hard parts about it. It's like anything creative, you come up with like creative blocks. So I guess the same could be said of like a writer saying like their job is so hard.
Yeah.
In some ways.
But I think compared to like people out there who are doing like, not that it's a competition, but people who are out there like waking up at 3 a.m. doing hard labor, 8 to 14 hour days, then they have to commute all the way back home, make dinner, clean the house, and do the normal things that influencers just do on a day-to-day. I think that's what people mean by like influencers like complaining about their jobs. I think it's especially icky, and I've seen a few of these on TikTok where like they don't make any content besides their life. So it's not like it's not like they're making like plant content or like they have to plan out videos. It's like they wake up and they just start, I'm gonna go to the grocery store today. You know, and then they're just like, oh my god, I'm so tired, I'm so busy, I have to go get my hair done, I have to get my nails done, and like these are things that the normal person would just love to do.
Really out of touch. And like as people who have, well, and I certainly still work a proper job. not that influencing is not a proper job, but like a job that pays me money. I guess not the influence.
Do you not get paid doing this?
I guess I still don't see myself. And like some people are like, oh, I don't see you as an influencer, so I don't mean you when I talk about influencers, which like I feel like I take that as a positive thing, because I'm not here just to make money. Because we could make more money working a minimum wage job for the amount of hours we're putting into this, but it's like we do it because it is enjoyable. So I can see why it doesn't really fly with people, like when influencers talk about how hard it is, because
complain
in the grand scheme of things, you kind of are in control of how hard you want it to be.
And then there's all these perks to the job, you know, like
so much freedom,
sponsorships, brand trips, free things. Like there's so many perks to
working from home.
To the influencer life that even like on a scale that Alice and I can't even comprehend, because you know we're talking like huge influencers that are like flying everywhere. Brands are taking, you know, like that's different. For me, I'm like, yes, it's tiring filming, it's tiring editing, it's tiring being on socials all the time, but like at the end of the day, it's still kind of a dream job. And
when
like,
I compare this to like what I used to do, what you used to do, the hours we used to have to wake up at commuting and like This is nothing.
I like, there's no space for me to complain about it. So yeah, I can see how it could be icky for people to hear it from influencers who are definitely privileged, living dream lives and kind of living in their own bubble.
Especially if they've done really well and they've like are very rich
and living well, living in their mansions, but are still complaining. It just like, not to say that like people who live like that aren't allowed to complain sometimes or are allowed to feel a certain way, but I do think that like when you're conveying your feelings to your following, you should still be in touch with reality a little bit.
Read the room a little bit.
Yeah, read the room. Like it's nobody wants to hear that you've had a hard day because your hairstylist showed up 20 minutes late.
Yeah, or canceled on you.
Your nails are not the right shape. It's just I don't know if this is just me, but it's like there was a girl on TikTok the other day who was just sobbing because the shape of her nails wasn't what she wanted. And she was just like, she was like, I paid $200 for this and I'm just so upset. And she was like, couldn't breathe. And I'm just like, do you know what's going on in the world right now? Like, it's just like, kind of like, just wake up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can be upset, but I think it's another thing to like get online and just cry about it.
I wonder if that's like a cheap engagement grab.
Probably. Okay, I will say one of my icks is crying on camera. Is like intentionally setting up the camera and crying.
Imagining the setup. They're like, oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, ring light and like,
turn on my mic, like, and then you're just like sobbing and like, I don't know. I just I feel like there's a time and place when that's appropriate. When like they are having a really hard time, but they feel like them getting on camera in this state is helpful to people, not just to get reactions from people or just to say like, oh, feel sorry for me, but like some situations I feel like calls for it in a constructive way. But it's just gotten so out of hand now.
Oh, like, I never see people crying.
Oh my god, every day somebody is crying on
TikTok. I'm so glad I'm not on TikTok.
I send her the ones that she has to see, and then she's just blissfully unaware.
Yeah.
Living in her own little bubble. I want to get off TikTok, though, because it's just getting more annoying.
Is it?
You should see my block list. It's getting so long. It's so long. Sometimes my sisters will send me a TikTok, and it's like video unavailable, and I'm like, oh, I probably blocked that person. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah. And like, I think it's just too repetitive. Like one person does something, it does really well, and then like
5 million people do it. Yeah.
And then it becomes like, why does everyone have to participate in this one thing?
Challenge or whatever
trend?
Like, yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it.
And like, I saw how it ended already.
Yep. Oh my god, it's pouring. I'm scared to drive home.
I know. We should just teleport.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so bad.
Have you ever tried teleporting?
I tried.
It's a lot easier than driving.
I tried once. It didn't work. Okay. The fact that influencing is an actual career goal now.
That gives you the ick.
There's like, I have seen a lot of people like dropping out of college because a video went viral. They made a bunch of money. Now they have a bigger TikTok following and they just quit everything. Left college, left their jobs.
Wow.
That's crazy to me.
I'm trying to think of an actual example, but someone dropped out of college and left, like unfriended everyone, moved everywhere just because like one inkling of possible fame. And it's not like to chase a dream of like, I've always dreamt of being a Broadway performer or something like that. It's like not something they've had a long time. It's just like suddenly they luckily fell into something that gave them some attention. They're like, well, see you guys.
Gonna use it now.
I'm too good for you now.
Yeah, I think that's scary. Like, I would be terrified if like my kid like had one video go viral and then was like, I'm dropping out of school.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a college graduate, but I feel like you have to like have your feet on the ground and like think about things logically still, you know?
Yeah, but you can't, like, kids are just like that, you know? Like, we probably made, or like, we think everything is like the be all and end all and is the end of the world, or like it's everything at that age, and you think you know exactly what you're doing.
That's
and you
true.
don't want to listen to anyone.
I thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
Scary though.
You're gonna make stupid decisions. Hopefully you have good people to
guide you
and prepare you for life. But the fact that it's like a career goal, yeah, it is. I can get that is icky. Yeah, like you're like, that's not a real job. Go get a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if anything, it's highly concerning. It's not an ick to me. It's just highly, highly concerning.
Yeah, or I guess it's icky to think that this is what the world is now.
Yeah.
Where, selling things to people is a career or a career aspiration. Mm-hmm. Because, I can see why it is though, because it is a very free job.
And it's lucrative too.
It can be quite lucrative. Yeah, because if you compare yourself, your goal is to be like Mr. Beast and like have like millions and millions and millions of dollars just to throw away. Mm-hmm. Someone could see that and be like, I could do that.
I know. But it's scary to me. I just like pray, like all of the kids in my life right now, like, please just, I will support you and follow your dreams, but like, I just hope that there's always still that sense of like being realistic and also having a backup plan. And
I just think it's like, it's healthy for someone to experience like a traditional job, like to go from childhood into influencing. It feels like you're never really connected to real life.
Like you get robbed of that experience.
Yeah.
I mean, like, working retail for me and working random admin jobs and stuff, like it wasn't always fun, obviously, but like I learned so much from it. Yeah, I learned so much from it. It taught me so many skills that like you can't be taught in school, like life skills and stuff. So I don't know, I guess I just fear for someone who just goes straight from high school to like influencing. It's like there is no sense of how society works, how the world works.
Yeah, everything has this veil over it.
Because then imagine, let's say like a child influencer is influencing for like 5, 8, 10 years.
Yeah.
Then they lose their following, something happens, then they get thrown into the real world. It's going to be so much harder to like adjust.
Yeah.
And follow instructions and take orders from people, and you know what I mean? Like I just feel like
how are you gonna be on a team with people? Are you gonna be a functional team member?
Not that it's not possible, but I guess these are just concerns or things that I think of. And I'm like, these are the people that are going to take care of us.
Yeah, and it's like more and more reality as like, newer generations are just like, their life is so digital, like purely digital.
Yeah.
At least we had like one half of our lives being very analog.
I feel like we were born in the perfect time.
For us, yeah.
Because we got a good idea of what it was like before.
We have an appreciation for that.
We played outside. But then
drank from the hose.
Yeah, drank from the hose.
Well, people are obsessed with drinking from hoses.
I drank from many hoses in my life.
Really? I really like letting the dogs drink from the hose. I think it's so cute.
Pudge has drank from one hose.
Yeah.
But she gives her dog filtered water. Pudge gets it straight from the tap. He's rugged. He's got a strong immune system. Yeah. So we've got 3 left, people. So we are right on track here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be like an hour and
15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Influencers who call their followers fans. Woo, that's a bad one.
I almost sometimes like when a singer or someone says fans, I even do like a bit of a double take with that.
I don't know.
I feel like it's like something that someone can say about you, but it's weird when you say it about yourself.
But it's such a common thing for celebrities to be like, I love my fans, or like, there's a fan outside.
Yeah.
And obviously there are people who are like die-hard fans, like let's just call it what it is, like all the Swifties and whatever, right? But I think when we're talking specifically about influencers, like we're talking about like online, like they don't have like a global, they're not like Taylor Swift, Kardashian level, and then calling their followers fans. I find it a little silly goosey.
Yeah, but we're moving to that towards influencers having the same level of fame,
and it's crazy. Yeah. And I feel like they're even replacing a lot of people in like the marketing world. Like a lot of brands are gravitating towards influencers rather than celebrities.
Because they have better reach, they have a more engaged audience because they're like real people that people feel like they can connect to.
But I personally would and could never utter those words. The only time I say that I have fans are when I post on my stories my mean comments.
Oh.
Because I'm saying it ironically, you know, like sarcastically. It's not for real. I don't actually think anyone is a fan of me. Like, but like when I get a mean comment, I'm like, ooh, my fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one. That's icky.
It's an ick. I'm glad that I've actually never heard it from any influencer I follow.
Yeah, I can't recall a certain time, but I probably would be like, wait, what?
What'd you say?
Yeah. Why do you have to say it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. I love all my fans.
Yeah.
Ew. It feels so yucky. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Why did you say subscribers?
I know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyways. Also, I can't think of any one person who does that. So
I can't either. I like no one that I follow anyway.
Yeah. Influencers who strictly post affiliate links.
I know a few of these people. I'm
like racking through because I don't follow very many people.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of like, because I don't even really follow anyone who's like very influencery.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think we're very careful about who we follow, but like I know of people specifically in the plant world who really only ever post links if they're
gonna benefit from it.
Yeah. It's always like they have an affiliate code or it's just an affiliate link.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're taking the trash out outside.
Oh yeah, sorry, this is not a big farting. Honk. Yeah, it's garbage day.
Yeah. I mean, like I do post my fair share of affiliate links, but I don't strictly post affiliate links. Like,
yeah. I mean, like, okay, so like if for convenience purposes, a lot of the stuff that we use that people want links for are available on Amazon, and that's like a kind of a platform that most people can order off of. I know that a lot of people don't agree with Amazon and don't buy from Amazon, but if once you're on their influencer platform, then like why not just post that link versus just a generic link? At least someone will benefit from it. Not very much, like probably 30 cents.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Like,
no,
when we post affiliate links, it's not like we're getting like 50% of the sale or something.
Yeah,
it's like 10 cents, 5 cents.
Yeah, but I guess it's icky when they won't talk about any product unless they're getting some sort of commission on it.
That's true.
That's icky.
Yeah. And luckily I don't follow.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be like so big to be on that level.
Yeah.
To like have so many sponsorships, affiliate codes and whatever to choose from that you could just ignore everything else.
There's a lot of people like that in the makeup space.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Like they can talk about any brand they want and they'll have a link for you, but I haven't seen it in the plant space too often. I can on the top of my head think of maybe 2. Not gonna say it obviously. that just really strictly only post affiliate links.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't people will see that you only post about things that you like financially benefit from, and either they're okay with it or they're not. Yeah, personally, like anything, I think people are very aware of anything that seems disingenuous and will stop engaging or following people for that. Because like even if you're not looking to be influenced, you're going to be bombarded with that if you're on social media. So you have to actively like filter out filter out people that aren't in it for your benefit
Well,
or like or
yeah.
aren't jiving with like what makes your life better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, last one.
Last
I hope it's
one.
a juicy one.
There weren't really any super juicy ones.
I know, because they're super generic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet if people could send in these anonymously, you guys would have probably let loose. Okay, yeah. So the last one is excessive ads and sponsorships.
We kind of talked about a little bit.
We did. We touched on this, but there are definitely. I see this a lot on Instagram. I'll say, just ad after ad, post after post, is they're pushing something. They've collaborated with yet another thing that nobody needs. They probably don't even need. You can tell some of the influencers out there that are honestly just saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious. Like, it shows. Like, we're not. Come on.
Yeah.
We're not.
I mean, like, I almost feel like it's a stepping stone to building enough of like a portfolio to then ask for more money down the road. So I feel like maybe their approach is to start sooner, take the less desirable ones, and like, you know, build your little resume for future like more lucrative sponsorships.
But it's just like, I just feel like you have to, like, you can still do that and not be excessive about it. You know what I mean? Like, space it out. Like, not every post or every other post is like you're sending me a code, or you're like showing something new that someone sent you. It's just like,
yeah, I feel like maybe some people would just feel like it's just like, oh, free stuff, why not? Right?
I mean, I can see how, especially if you're like an up and coming influencer, how it could be tempting to like take everything that is thrown at you. But I don't know. I always go back to like, how is this gonna look? Like, there have been a few things that are like not plant related at all that I've wanted, but I'm just like, I'm gonna say no to it because it would be weird. Like, I got offered a standing desk. I want a standing desk. It was a very expensive and nice standing desk. But I was like, nah, I can't do it, dude. Can't do it, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, those types of accounts, those types of influencers, I just don't follow them because if they're just gonna try and sell me stuff, I don't really need it. Like, any other platform can try and sell me anything.
I feel like where I have no problem with it is on YouTube. So like a lot of larger accounts would be like, this video is sponsored by whatever, and it's like nothing at all to do with the video. It's like a cereal or something, and like I don't mind because like I know they got paid for it, and they're not, I don't know, they're not working it in some sly way into the video. It's just like, this video is sponsored. It has nothing to do with the video. Let me talk about this product. Now back to the video. Like, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, same with me. And like on podcasts too, when it cuts to a break and then they talk about some random thing. I'm like, I mean, you know, they do have to get paid to like make these videos, and like, I don't really care for it all either. I think it's just how you say it. I don't mind if someone incorporates it in a YouTube video and they hit all the talking points, but don't try and like trick me into thinking like, oh yeah, I love this product and I've been using it. Like, don't lie about it. Like, hit the talking points, talk about the company, but you don't have to like try and pretend that this is something that you swear by. And like,
and I think some of that responsibility also
is Gina home? Dad's home. Hi. We're almost done. Oh my god, you're so
you're banana. I feel like a lot of the responsibility is also should fall on the company, because sometimes these creative briefs are
they're
insane.
wild.
They ask for so much, and they want you to say certain things. So if someone doesn't feel like they have the, I don't know, I don't know, what's that word?
Capacity
or like the
ability.
The ability to like negotiate the talking points, and they might just say what the company says or wants them to say, and not all companies will want them to tell the truth. Or they might want specific claims. Like, luckily we've never had to like deal with any of those asks.
No. I mean, I think, like, to be transparent, the most that I've been asked in terms of specific talking points is my partnership with Skillshare. But the good thing about Skillshare is that they allow you to work with it, customize it in a way that's true to your experience.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have to say this exactly verbatim. It's like, say something along these lines, but like how it relates back to like what you experienced. And that's like really the only reason why I was comfortable having such a long-term partnership with them.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a deal breaker if I wasn't going to say exactly this and this, you know? Because I don't think I could ever do a sponsorship like that.
Yeah, and I think most companies that work with like influencer marketing agencies will follow like pretty good guidelines on like honesty, and you're not allowing you to like talk badly about other brands in the same video. I don't mind it for YouTube, so long as I feel like it's like straightforward, to the point. It's not making claims that like couldn't be true, or like I'm skeptical of being true.
Yeah.
And
just not like straight up lying about their experience with that.
Yeah.
Whatever they're trying to push.
On Instagram, I feel like it can get excessive because you're seeing it all, like it's one really quickly consumed content, and it's like one after the other on a grid. It feels more excessive that way, rather than burying 2 minutes within like a 30-minute video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think in general, in this Black Mirror episode we're all living in, I think like you should just tailor your following. Like, don't feel bad to follow less people. Don't be afraid to unfollow someone that maybe you're not jiving with anymore.
Or like they turn into someone you no longer jive with.
Yeah, exactly.
People
like
change.
They're not obligated. You're not obligated to them, you know? And like, I don't know, if you don't like something or someone, like, you don't have, at the same time, you don't have to like be mean. And I think I'm just more empathetic to that now because I'm in it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there are so many times where a comment could have just stayed a thought. Where it's like, why did you feel the need to tell me that? Like, did you say that to me to ruin my day, or did you say that to me because you think that I'm really gonna take it to heart and change who I am because you feel that way about me?
Yeah.
And either way, I feel like that thought should have just stayed in your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, influencer culture is very annoying and icky, but I think there's also a responsibility on us to tailor who we follow. Like, we don't have to consume their content, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be nice. Anywho, that's all of them.
That's all of them.
That's all of them. That's all she wrote. So it wasn't, I don't think it was super juicy, but I think they were worth at least talking about. And I think we all kind of, to some extent, have the same sort of icks or same things that we just kind of like, ugh, here we go again.
Yeah.
You know?
But as long as no one's harming anyone, like, I don't really I'm not that bothered by influencers.
Yeah.
But some things are just like, ugh.
Block.
Like,
I'm just quick. I'm a blocker. I
only
blocker.
block people that tag me in giveaways that do not follow me, because it's freaking weird. My block list is so long, and it's all those people.
Nobody really tags me in giveaways.
Really?
Anymore, anyway. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't really get tagged. Like, and if I do, it's like the same people, and they all follow me.
Oh yeah, I have, but sometimes like if I don't recognize the name, I was like, oh, I dare you. I dare you.
I'll get this one. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got some chores done, or repotting, whatever you were doing while you were listening to this. Baking. I'm sorry I don't have any plant content for you today, but we've got plenty of that for the rest of the month. I don't plan on skipping any days in December. That is my Christmas gift to you.
You're welcome.
I usually skip one Wednesday, but I'm fully booked this month.
Oh, nice.
So we did a collab on her channel a few days ago. We did Who Grew It Better Part 4. Yes. So give that a watch. That one's probably going to be a long video because we blabbed and blabbed. and blabbed for so long. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye.
See you later.